Okay, guys, if you follow Fly FM, you'll know that before this, we talked about, travel restrictions due to income taxes. And honestly, there's a lot of people who got triggered back in the day lah. So today we are gonna do something a little different, all right? So we're not gonna talk to this in this podcast like as if it's an accounting class or something like that. We're gonna talk about the things that people always think about when it comes to tax but never say out loud. So, and with me today, two panelists who hopefully can answer all the questions us Malaysians have in mind. We tend to overthink every time we hear the word LHDN and HASiL. We are very scared when we hear these words. So to unpack this topic in a more relaxed and easy to understand way lah, we are joined by two invited panelists from the field of taxation and public communication. With us today, we've got Muhammad Ika Daniel bin Abdullah and Nur Ilya binti Badaruddin. Both are the revenue executive from the Corporate Services Department from the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia, HASiL. Hi guys.
Hi. Hello.
Now, our hope is that after the session, our listeners will learn more about, a clear understanding about tax and something to have a new perception on tax, whether to make it less scary in a way, and something that needs to be understood and managed properly, especially with our new generation growing up. So it's really cool to see how far and we can understand tax in this new generation lah. So guys, what exactly is tax, and why is Malaysia stricter compared to other countries?
I think generally Malaysia is a lot more taxpayer friendly. We're pretty moderate when it comes to tax. We don't look, we're not trying to intimidate, like you said. Okay, you say that when people talk about tax, they're very scared of it. But what the public might not know because of a lot of the misinformation is that we actually are more emphasized on voluntary compliance and as well as education. And that can be reflected on our portal, which you guys can freely go on, which is hasil.gov.my. There we have a dedicated education site called Tax EduZone, and there you can find very meticulously made slides, okay? Any information, individual that wants any information, businesses. So when you say stricter, I kindly disagree because we do focus more on voluntary compliance and education.
And I noticed on the website also you guys have this portal where you can ask Q&A questions to the bot that's available there. Is it true?
Correct.
Yes,
that
we
is
do.
under HASiL Contact Center. We have one special contact center that specializes on answering all the questions from the taxpayers, even via call or via the chat box. We have our own avatar as well.
We do.
Yeah, we do. The name is Hafi.
Oh, cute.
Yes,
HASiL for
we
you.
have.
HASiL for you. Yeah, that is our new identity at HASiL.
So for kids or more like the young ones who just started out, in the workforce, right? And they want to learn more about taxes.
Right.
It's very scary to get into taxes and to understand the terms. Like besides the slides that you mentioned just now, like what other alternatives can you learn from the website itself?
Okay, for kids, for the younger generation, we actually have comic books that we distribute to schools, and then we do visit schools and university to prep. Our younger generation before they step into, making an income.
Yeah.
So, as I've said, I really do believe that HASiL we really do focus more on education.
Correct.
Yes, we really do.
I think that's so interesting because back in school I didn't get any education about learning how to do my taxes or what are taxes in the first place.
Right.
So now to hear that our younger generations are getting this kind of
comic
exposure,
books.
comic books.
Comic books.
Besides that, what other alternatives can they dive into?
We have videos.
Oh.
Because I understand attention span these days, rather than going through slides. But we also have videos that we've made. I think we're pretty much all-rounded on the Tax EduZone website. Slides, I'm sure books aren't going to be really that famous. But we do have those comic books as well as those videos. I think those videos really help because they translate or they showcase real life scenarios that are lingering in our taxpayers' mind. So
I do think it's clearer for I guess the Gen Zs to understand better because it's more visual and more interactive, so they will understand better. And even in the comment section, I'm pretty sure they have their own discussion underneath as well, right?
And on top of what Ilya said noticed just now, like in line with the age of digitization, we are also keep in touch with the younger generations via our TikTok
Yes, we
platforms.
do.
wow.
We have TikTok
We do
lives.
TikTok live.
We do.
TikTok live. Both
Are
of us
you on the TikTok
moderators.
lives?
Yeah,
Oh.
sometimes.
Both of us.
Yes, yes.
One of the moderators as well.
Yes.
In the live session. So normally during peak period, like the e-filing period, we will do a TikTok live for the benefits of our taxpayers.
Yeah, a number of it,
and
actually.
the celebrations and the acceptance are quite good.
Yes.
Oh my
Very
gosh, that's
good.
really helpful because
Yes.
I would love that. I wished I watched your TikTok live.
yeah, there you go.
That would have helped me a lot. But what are the most common mistakes Malaysians make regarding tax?
I think most of the taxpayers, they are being afraid about being audited. Once you have income, you need to be audited. That is not how it works. Because in taxation, for example, the individual income, we do have the certain threshold. For example, individuals who is single, the threshold is 37,333 ringgit. That is equivalent
Annual,
to
yeah.
3,111 ringgit per month after the compulsory deductions such as EPF contributions. So the skepticism or misconceptions about every individual who has a job will be taxed is not correct. It's not
Really?
correct. Yeah.
Incorrect.
It's incorrect.
Yes.
Because if your income is below our threshold, definitely your income is not going to be taxed. It's not taxable income. Even if your income is going to be taxed or is a taxable income, we do have certain tax reliefs.
Right.
Every
yeah,
year.
yeah,
We do have
We
certain tax
actually do
reliefs.
have a lot.
Yes. So
Malaysia.
might be after you declare all the incomes together with all the tax reliefs announced by the government for that particular year of assessment, your income might not be taxed at all. You might have your 100% refunds from the government. So different kind of incomes have different kind of reliefs. So of course have different or have different amounts of refunds for every taxpayer. So we do have different kind of treatments on certain kind of incomes.
Could you name some of the tax reliefs that Malaysia provide for?
We have many.
Oh.
We have education.
Correct.
We for education, for instance, if you're pursuing masters, you can claim relief up to 8,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, and also SSPN.
SSPN, lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yes.
That is
So
most
your gym
popular right
membership, okay, you can get relief on that.
now.
Your insurance, okay, that I can think of right off my
Sports,
head.
sports equipments, and also alimonies or payments for non-working spouse,
Yeah.
be it
Child, your
husband,
dependents.
Oh, very extensive.
Yeah,
huh?
very.
But I
extensive.
heard as well from I think an article I read a few years recently actually about influences. You know how we have a lot of there's a new segment in when it comes to taxes and tax reliefs as well. So how does tax relief apply for I guess influences in this case?
It has become like talk of the town previously regarding these influences because LHDN made a statement that if you have income as influencers, be it content moderators and whatnot or content creators, your income will be taxed.
Right.
But LHDN has took an initiative of doing the guidelines, and the guidelines is still ongoing. It's still
Correct.
being prepared by the Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia. So certainly, in no time, we will publish these guidelines. But of course, it comes as content moderators or content creators or
Yes,
influencers
affiliate marketing.
definitely will be taxed.
Yes.
Definitely will be taxed under business. And actually, it is very recommended for them to declare their income because
Regardless,
for,
yes.
because for business people, they have a lot of reliefs as well.
Yeah.
They can claim.
I saw on TikTok as well. You are required to put in your tax number as well, so that it's verified when it comes to like affiliated businesses and stuff like that, so that you can get commissions. So you have to be
Yeah.
taxed as well. So
Yeah.
that's a very interesting feature that's been
Right.
available online for social
Correct.
media platforms. So this is very very new, and I think it's really interesting. So is it true that HASiL knows all our money that goes into our account?
No, we do not.
Oh, so you have no information on
No,
that.
we do not have any. I mean, we do not monitor every single penny that goes into your bank account.
We're not that powerful, I think.
We don't do that.
All the
However,
online transactions.
however, we do have information from third parties. Okay, so any transactions that happen, we do have that information.
Correct.
But in terms of what, like if you get 2 ringgit from your friend who QR'd you, we do not monitor that. We do.
we do have online platforms for people to report on any tax evasions cases. So me myself, I'm the deputy customer care officer. So I do receive some of the reports regarding tax evasions and whatnot, whether it's through email or our customer feedback forms. So like Ilya said just now, yes, we do receive that kind of information from the third parties. If your salary is around 3,000, but you are riding Mercedes Benz,
then something doesn't make sense.
Correct.
So that is how we work on all these reports.
If you purchase a house, there's an SMP, so we get information from.
It has to make sense. Like
it has
you
to make
purchase,
sense. It
you
has
have
to make
make
sense.
sure it tallies with your own salary. Because like you said, like how can a person with 3,000 ringgit as a salary point drive a Mustang, right? It's insane.
Rika, if I may add, the question that you asked about misconception, I think I want to add one thing is that one of the biggest misconception I feel people who has employment income, they feel that because their employer deduct the monthly tax deduction, so they feel like, okay, at my end, it's all done. That's incorrect. You still have to file in your tax return form.
Correct.
Yes.
Or otherwise you will be penalized.
Yes.
Oh,
you will.
I see. Jeez. Well, I wonder if we want people to be more okay with tax. Again, like I said, like most people would assume tax would be very scary
intimidating.
Right? What's the mindset that we need to have to change?
Okay. Oftentimes I put myself in the public shoes, and what I want to see from LHDN, right? At the end of the day, as much as LHDN is trying to do a lot with our education, I feel like the public should also see tax as something that can be learned and not to be intimidated of, because the amount of information out there is vast. So when you get information from something hype, and something that's hype on TikTok about these certain influencers talking about tax, it creates a fear. When tax is something that really is to be learned, as well as everybody knows that it is at the end of the day our responsibility, but it can be learned and it is not intimidated. And to learn about tax, we have a lot of resources on our website, and you guys can just, as well as what Ika said, reach out to us through TikTok and on all of social media. Everything can be learned. So
I think it's still very cool that you guys are on TikTok moderating at TikTok Live.
We are progressing.
Yes,
and some of the officers in the corporate services departments are coming from the Gen Z generation.
Yes.
Me myself, I'm a Gen Z.
Yes.
So I don't like certain kind of words like being penalized.
Nobody likes that.
Being punished, being audited.
Yes.
More on the enforcement, that kind of things. Like we do not like that kind of words, that sorts of words. So right now we are more focusing on the education, on the awareness.
I think with education as well, in terms of taxes, right, it will help reduce the fear as well.
Yes.
Because for me, when I got into the workforce, right, and then the tax that you have to start doing your taxes, right, I got scared because I don't know anything about
fear
taxes.
of the unknown.
Exactly.
Am I right?
And now that you guys are educating students in school with your comics and your, what was it?
We have slides, we have
slides,
videos.
Slides, videos.
Very fun videos, not like what would you think would come from LHDN, okay?
Yeah.
They're fun videos.
It's fun videos.
And it's good to open up discussion as well about taxes because it can be very interesting as well. And I think the goal is to reduce your taxes in a way that you do it really well. And
you take full advantage of the reliefs. See, without proper education, if you do not know what reliefs you're eligible for, then it's all a waste because there are the reliefs provided by LHDN is a lot.
And I think speaking of the misconceptions, one of the things that we need to correct what the people understand is let's not think it as something that is compulsory. Let's think it as a social responsibility, a collective responsibility. Because a strong nation is not built by the governments alone, but it is built by the people,
collectively,
by the taxpayers' money. Because as we know, like in the case of Malaysia, that the main source of revenues for this nation is from the taxes. And taxes is divided into two: direct taxes and indirect taxes. And LHDN is part of is responsible of the direct taxes. So this is our main source of income because all of these taxes will be translated into public amenities, public facilities.
It will reflect
that. It will reflect into that. It might not be reflect converted into our money.
Right.
But yeah, it has been translated into all these public facilities.
Correct.
The school
Yes,
that we send
our
our
schools.
children, public universities.
Yeah, and I do look forward to seeing a better Malaysia, like with
Yeah.
better public transport,
Right.
pavements, and all of
Yes.
that. So I think it's such a great approach that you guys are foreseeing, moving towards, educating students, one thing, and also saying that, yeah, we are not going into your bank account seeing what you're
not.
spending,
No, we're not.
every shoe you bought, every makanan you
yes.
bought, yeah. So your details, your personal details is very safe.
It's very safe, very safe,
That's good. That's good.
very safe.
And yeah, I think we've reached the end of today's discussion, and we've covered a lot from like what tax actually is, and we can really, I think it's safe to say that the more you learn about taxes, the lesser you'd be afraid
Yes.
of doing your own
Yes.
taxes for next year, 2027, right? Yeah, we've covered the common mistakes to some, biggest misconception about what people have about HASiL, and hopefully this session will help make all of you understand more about taxes and doing your taxes, and it'll make you feel less intimidated as well. So I'd like to thank our two panelists here, Ilya and Ika. Thank you so much. If you have any last few words you want to add to this podcast from
Yeah.
Fly FM.
Me first?
You first.
I just want to strengthen my point just now, which is a strong nation is not built by governments alone, but it is by the people. So every tax money that you pay or you contribute to the governments is not being wasted at all. It will be translated into public facilities that is going to build our better nations, and of course for a better future for the Malaysia.
And I want to emphasize again about fear of the unknown. Learn about taxes, and I'm pretty sure you won't be scared of tax anymore. Taxes is something to be learned, not to be intimidated. And HASiL is here to service rather than to police.
Well
Yes.
said.
Thanks
well
for having
said.
me.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us here at Fly FM. Let's give them a small, tiny little round of applause because we're not scared anymore. 'Cause you know what? Thank you.